Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a search bar in an Excel sheet. It's going to be super useful, and by the end you'll have a fully functional search tool built right into your spreadsheet. And also check the video description for the full breakdown of steps so you can follow along easily. So let's start this video. First, open your Excel sheet. Now we need to convert our data into a table. So select the whole table, all of your data, and press Ctrl+T. A dialog box will pop up. If your data has headers, make sure to check the box that says My Table has Headers, and then click OK. Now your data is converted into a table. Next, select your headers, just the top row, and copy them. Now paste them into a clean area, maybe a few rows down or beside your main table. This is where we'll be displaying our search results. Alright, now go to the top and look for the developer option. Most of the time, you won't find it directly. To enable it, right-click anywhere on the ribbon where there's a blank spot, and then select Customize the ribbon. A settings window will open. Look for the developer option on the right-hand side and check the box next to it. Then click OK. Now you'll see the developer tab appear at the top of Excel. Go ahead and click on the developer tab, then select the insert option. From there, choose the text box under ActiveX controls. Now drag the text box onto your sheet. Just draw it wherever you'd like your search bar to be. Next, we need to link it to a cell, so Excel knows where to store the text we type in. Right-click on the text box and click Properties. Now I know this screen looks a bit intimidating, but don't worry. Find the property called Linked Cell and enter the cell where we want to store the search text. Let's use J3. Hit Enter, then close out of the Properties window. Now exit Design Mode so the text box is usable. At this point, whatever you type into the text box will appear in cell J3. Alright, now we want to add a formula that filters our data based on the value in that search bar. Click into the cell where you want the filtered results to start showing. Type equal filter tab left bracket. Then put the array. Array for us is the full data set. So select all the values in the table using Ctrl+Shift down and Ctrl+Shift right. Then press comma. Now comes the include section. This is where we define the condition for filtering. Let's say we want to filter by names. So select the name column using Ctrl+Shift down. Then we want it to equal the value in the search bar. That's the J3 cell we linked earlier. Type comma, and then for when there's no match, just type no match in quotations. Close the parenthesis and hit Enter. Now go to the search bar and try typing in any name. You'll see that Excel shows all the details for that person, but right now it only works for exact matches. For example, if you type a full name, it works, but if you type just a first name or a few letters, it says no match. It would be really nice to have partial match functionality. So let's go back into the formula and tweak it a little bit. Go to the include part and delete the current condition. Now we'll type is number, then hit the bracket key. Inside that, we'll use the search function. So type search function and put left bracket. What we want to find is the J3 value, then enter comma, and we want to find that within the name column. So go back to the name column, Press Ctrl-Shift down to select it. Now close the parenthesis for the search, then close it again for is number, and hit enter. Now when you type just a part of the name, even just a few letters, it'll return all matching names that contain that text. This makes your search bar way more powerful. Now here's the thing, this only searches within the name column. If you try typing an employee ID or department name, it won't return anything. That's because our formula only filters based on the name column. So let's expand it to include more columns. We'll copy the include condition. Copy this whole area that says include here, then put a plus sign and hit Ctrl+V. Now change the column from name to employee ID. Then hit enter. Now when you type in an employee ID, it will return the matching details. Repeat the same process again, copy the same condition, put the plus sign, paste it, and now change the column from employee ID to department. Do this for all the other columns you want to search from. Once that's complete, your search bar will now look through multiple columns. So when you type anything, name, ID, department, it will show all the related details. Now let's work on styling the search bar to make it look better, kind of like Google's search bar. First, insert a shape. Go to the Insert tab, then click Shapes. Choose the rounded rectangle shape. Now drag it so it surrounds the text box. With the shape selected, go to the top and click Shape Format. Then click Shape Fill and choose No Fill from the drop-down. Then click Shape Outline and select a dark blue color. Great. Now to the side, it would look cool to have a little design element, maybe like a search button. So insert another shape. Click Insert, then Shapes again. This time choose the rectangle with rounded top corners. Drag it next to the search bar. Rotate and adjust it slightly. Hold Shift to rotate neatly. Now fill this one with the same dark blue color, then set the outline to no fill. Nice! That's looking more like a real search bar. Now let's add a search icon. Go to Insert. And then click on Icons. In the search bar, type Search. Pick the one that looks good, usually the magnifying glass, and click Insert. Once it appears, go to Graphic Format, then select Graphic Fill, and change the color to white. Now adjust and place it neatly on top of the dark blue rectangle. Final touch. Let's make the search bar a bit bigger. Go to Developer, click on Design Mode, then select the text box. Now just drag it to make it a bit wider or taller. Perfect. Now we have a beautiful search bar. Here's one more nice feature: conditional formatting. Let's say you want the matching values to stand out. Select your entire dataset again, Ctrl-Shift down and Ctrl-Shift right. Go to the Home tab, then click Conditional Formatting. Choose Highlight Cell Rules, then select text that contains. In the input box, enter J3. Make sure J3 is locked with $signs. Then choose a color, maybe yellow, and hit OK. Now whenever you type something like Dan, all matching cells containing Dan will be highlighted. One small issue here is that when the search bar is empty, everything gets highlighted. That's something to be aware of. Now for a bonus feature, Let's add a drop-down list beside the search bar that contains all the names. Click on the cell next to the search bar, go to the Data tab and click Data Validation. Under the Allow drop-down, choose List. For the source, go to the Name column and press Ctrl-Shift down to select all the names. Then hit OK. Now you've got a drop-down list of all names. Excel even gives you suggestions as you start typing in that drop-down, making it easy to find someone quickly. There is another option which is called a slicer. A slicer in Excel is a visual tool used to filter data in pivot tables, pivot charts, or tables in an interactive and user-friendly way. Instead of using traditional filter drop-downs, slicers display filter options as clickable buttons that you can use to quickly filter your data. Slicers are easy to use and make your reports more interactive, especially when working with large data sets or when creating dashboards. So, in order to enable a slicer in Excel, first you need to select the table that you want to apply the slicer to. Once the table is selected, go to the top of the Excel window and click on the Insert option from the menu. This is usually found in the ribbon at the top. After clicking on Insert, look to the right-hand side of the ribbon where you will find the Slicer option. Click on this Slicer option. Now, a window will appear that shows all the available headings from your table. These headings could include fields like Employee ID, Department, Email, Phone, Date of joining, and Salary, depending on the structure of your table. These headings are basically the columns of your table. At this point, you can select the headings you want to use in the slices one by one. You can select multiple headings if needed. After selecting the desired fields, click OK. Once you click OK, slices for the selected headings will appear on your worksheet. Each slicer will appear as a separate box, and each box will contain buttons for the unique values in that column. Now, you can adjust the slices one by one. Move them around on the sheet to arrange them in a neat and organized way so they don't overlap or clutter your view. After adjusting the slicers, let's say we want to use the slicer for Employee ID. You can scroll through the slicer and click on any specific employee ID. When you do this, all the details related to that employee ID will automatically appear in your table or pivot table. This makes it very easy to find and display information about a specific employee without manually searching. If at any point you want to clear a filter that you've applied using a slicer, simply go to the top right corner of that slicer and click on the clear filter icon. This will remove the filter and show all the data again. Similarly, in the name slicer, if you click on any name, it will show all the corresponding details for that person. In the department slicer, clicking on a department will display all the employees in that department. If you use the email slicer and click on any email, it will show all the information for that person. The same works with the phone slicer. Clicking on a number will bring up the full record. Finally, if you want to delete any of these slices, it's very simple. Just click on the top of the slicer that you want to remove to select it, and then press the delete key on your keyboard. You can delete the slices one by one using this method. Check the description for a full breakdown of this tutorial. Find all the key steps listed clearly so you won't miss a thing. From setting up the search bar to testing it in real time, and that's it. You've just created a fully functional search bar in Excel. Quick, easy, and super handy for any kind of data filtering. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more Excel tips and tricks. Got questions or want to see more features like this? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.